Are we expecting any more board members or not?
David West said he was coming,
He did.
but
Okay, we have quorum, so. Okay. Alrighty, well, the time being 5:31, I will call the meeting to order. And since we have a bunch of stuff to deal with, can I get somebody to move and second all the motions this evening just to simplify things? Axel and Elizabeth. So it's been moved and seconded that the July 2nd, 2026 public meeting in the Lakehead Rural Planning Board be opened. The time being 5:31 p.m. All those in favor? Thank you. That is approved. It's been moved and seconded that the July 2nd, 2026 public meeting agenda of the Lakehead Rural Planning Board be approved. All those in favor? Thank you. That is approved. We have no deputation scheduled. Correct me if I'm wrong, Carrie.
nope, none.
Okay. We can move right into the applications to be considered then. So first application is 1B/09/26 McDonald for a new lot in O'Connor.
Okay. So this application was received from Finlay McDonald for the property known locally as 371 Earl Road in O'Connor. The application is proposing the creation of one new lot being 32.37 hectares in size, leaving a retained lot of 64.74 hectares. Subject property fronts on Earl Road, is designated as rural in the official plan and zoned rural in the zoning bylaw. The properties are surrounded by additional rural lots. The proposed new lot will front on Earl Road with the retained lot fronting on Silvaggio or Earl Road. In MPAC, these two parcels are actually joined, or sorry, as they are separate lots. They have two separate roll numbers, two separate tax bills, but when the owner went to sell them, it was determined on the legal end to be one piece. So that's the basis for this application this evening. We received agency comments from the Ministry of Mines, the Red Sky Métis Independent Nation, as well as the Lakehead Region Conservation Authority, all stating no concerns or objections. Unfortunately, we have not yet received comments from O'Connor Council. Their meeting is July 13th. So we have added a condition that we receive comments from them with no concerns. Otherwise, I would recommend approval with our usual conditions.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor of this application? I see the applicant is in attendance. Yeah, if you got, it's no big deal. You don't have to add anything. It's pretty simple. Anyone who'd like to speak in opposition to the application? Seeing none, are there any questions from members of the board for either the applicant or for our planner today? Seeing none, we will move on to the second application. So we're going to be making, for everybody that's in attendance, this is the public portion of the meeting, and we will actually be making a decision at the second portion of our meeting on all of these applications. So the next application is 1B/10/26 Johnson for a new lot in Gorham.
Okay, so this application was received from Jeanette Johnson for the property known locally as 8022 Maple Ward Road. This application is proposing the creation of one new lot being approximately 7.67 hectares in size, leaving a retained lot with an existing residence on approximately 8.4 hectares. Subject properties fronting on Maple Ward Road in Gorham Township is designated as rural in the official plan and zoned rural in the zoning bylaw. This property is abutted by additional rural lots in all directions. Both of the proposed lots would meet the area and frontage requirements of the rural zone. The applicant will have to contact the Gorham Roads Board for an entrance permit if one does not already exist. There is an easement that runs through the main parcel in the form of a private road that leads to a gravel pit. This road forms the top border of the proposed new lot, which is why it's more of an odd shape. We received comments from the Ministry of Mines, Red Sky Métis Independent Nation, both of them stating no concerns. And we did not receive any comments from public prior to this meeting. So it would be my recommendation that the application be approved with our usual conditions.
Thank you, Carrie. I see we also have the applicant in attendance. Would you like to add anything?
Just moving, hoping that it will be approved. Thank you for consideration.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone who would like to speak in support of this application? Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to the application? And is there any board member that has a question for the applicant or for Carrie? All right, let's move on to the next one. 1B/11/26 Ranta Holding Inc. new lot in Gorham.
Okay, so this application was received from Branda Ranta, acting as agent on behalf of Ranta Holdings for the property known locally as 1119 Dog Lake Road. This application is proposing the creation of one new lot, approximately 2.57 hectares in size, leaving a retained lot with an existing residence on approximately 2.73 hectares. The subject property has frontage on Dog Lake Road in Gorham Township, designated as rural in the official plan and zoned as rural in the zoning bylaw. The properties are abutted by additional rural lots in all directions. Both of the proposed new lots will meet the area and frontage requirements of the rural zone. The applicant will have to contact the Gorham Roads Board for an entrance permit if one does not already exist. The sketch in your package shows the old road allowance, which makes it appear that the proposed new lot does not have enough frontage, but that road allowance was sold back to the previous owners of the property, and we have that purchase of sale agreement on file. We had agency comments from the Ministry of Mines, the Red Sky Métis Independent Nation, both stating no concerns. And we have not received public comments at this point. So it would be my recommendation that the application be approved with our usual conditions.
Thank you. And we also have Mr. Ranta in attendance, so I don't know if you have anything you'd like to add. It's not required that you do. Is there any questions for, or actually, is there anyone who's like speaking in support of this application? Hearing nothing, is there anyone who'd like to speak in opposition to this application? Oh, go ahead, Mr. Prenger.
I have a question, yeah. So I'd like to know what the plans or the intentions are with this proposed new lot. I'm the property owner directly adjacent to this new proposed lot. Whether that's coming from Mr. Ranta there or.
To speak to that, we're creating a residential property. So the only thing that it can be used for at this point would be residential unless they were to approach us with a zoning amendment application.
Okay. I do have a few concerns with this subdividing. So I purchased this property about 13 months ago, now in June of 2025. And I purchased it for a few reasons, and one of the biggest things was the fact that I was moving from in town in the city of Thunder Bay to out here, primarily for the privacy that the township of, or the area of Gorham provides, as well as the landscapes, the wildlife, and also the proximity to my neighbors. And I'm a bit concerned that with this proposed new lot, and supposedly in the next couple of years, another house will be going up. I do have a 6-foot dug well on the property, and I'm additionally concerned of another house property that would be pulling groundwater from the surrounding areas, and yeah, so I probably would be against the proposed new lot at this time.
Thank you for that. Are there any questions or concerns from the board members for either the applicant or to the planner? Gordon.
His concerns have been brought forward to many of the severances in Nebing, and to be consistent with what Nebing has recommended consistently is that I would still have to approve the application, because if you wanted that privacy of private, then you have to buy the land to get it. You can't expect your neighbor to provide that. And there's no guarantee. Groundwater does not follow any particular path, and you may drill or dig and your neighbor may not find water, but there is no guarantee. And so to be consistent what we've been doing in Nebing, I will have to support this application.
Thanks, you, Gordon. Any other questions or comments from the members of the board in attendance? Okay, like I said, we will be making a decision on this application once we get through the rest of this this public portion of the meeting, so it won't be too long. So everyone that's in attendance is welcome to stick around. So we'll move on to the next application, which is 1B/12/26, also Ranta, for a new lot in Gorham.
Thank you. So this application was received from Brandon Ranta for the property known locally as 4088 Dog Lake Road. The application is proposing the creation of one new lot, approximately 3.5 or 3.05 hectares in size, leaving a retained lot with an existing residence on approximately 35.72 hectares. Subject property fronts on Dog Lake Road in Gorham Township, designated as rural in the official plan and zoned rural in our zoning bylaw. The property is abutted by additional rural lots in all directions other than the north, which is commercial. Both of the proposed new lots would meet the area and frontage requirements of the rural zone. The applicant will have to contact the Gorham Roads Board for an entrance permit if one does not already exist. While this lot shape is not ideal, there is nothing in our official plan that prevents L-shaped or flag-shaped lots. We received comments from the Ministry of Mines as well as the Red Sky Métis Independent Nation, both stating no concerns. And we have received no public comments till now. The application 1B/12/26, with our usual conditions, I recommend be approved.
Okay, thank you, Carrie. Is there any comment from, I believe the applicant is in attendance? Seeing nothing. Is there anyone who would like to speak in support of this application? Anyone would like to speak in opposition to this application? And are there any questions from the board members? Okay. We'll move on to the next one, 1B/13/26, rezone lot addition in Gorham.
Okay, so this application was received from Sonia Rizzo following the meeting that we had last month where she applied for a new lot. So this is for the property known locally as 141 Onion Lake Dam Road. The application is proposing a lot addition of 0.34 hectares from 141 Onion Lake Road to 97 Onion Lake Dam Road. Subject property fronts on Onion Lake Dam Road in Gorham Township, is designated as rural in the official plan and zoned rural in the zoning bylaw. Again, surrounded by all rural lots. So this lot addition was originally approved in 2011. Unfortunately, it was not registered in time, so it did lapse. The lot addition is indicated on the southwest corner of the subject property on the map in your packages. The current owner has now agreed to honor this lot addition, which is also a condition of the consent from the last meeting for a proposed new lot. So the lot addition, if approved, meets that condition for the new lot as well. We received comments from the Ministry of Mines as well as Red Sky Métis Independent Nation stating no concerns. So it would be my recommendation that this lot addition be approved.
Thank you. I do not see the applicant in attendance, but is there anyone who would like to speak in support of this application? Is there anyone who'd like to speak in opposition to this application? And are there any questions from the board members on this application? Thank you. We'll move on to the last one, which is 1B/14/26, Montreal Pogue Lot Addition O'Connor.
Okay, so this application was received from Jane Pogue for the property known locally as 361 Highway 590. The application is proposing a lot addition of 1.9 hectares from 361 Highway 590 to the abutting neighbor to the west, being 351 Highway 590. The subject property fronts on Highway 590 in O'Connor, is designated as rural in the official plan and zoned rural in the zoning bylaw. So the proposed lot addition will correct an existing encroachment where the neighboring property has constructed a garage on a concrete pad, has C-can and trailer storage, as well as has laid an additional concrete pad all on the applicant's land. The lot addition will correct the encroachment and leave enough setback to comply with the zoning bylaw. So we received comments from the Ministry of Mines as well as Red Sky Métis Nation and the Lakehead Region Conservation Authority, all stating no concerns or objections with the application. We did not receive any public comments. And again, O'Connor Council is not meeting until July 13th. So we have made a condition of consent B that we receive comments in favor of the application from O'Connor Council prior to any approval. So it would be my recommendation that the application be approved with the usual conditions, including that additional condition.
Thank you. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor of this application? Is there anyone who'd like to speak in opposition to this application? And are there any questions for the planner from the board? So I have a question, Carrie. Did they just like by accident discover this? Someone building on the neighbor's land kind of thing, or what happened here?
I think they must have. I've not been given full information about how it happened because I would have assumed that there were building permits.
Yeah.
But they are all there.
Well, I mean, it's certainly good that the neighbors, they got along well enough to be able to rectify the problem.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Which is a good thing to see, so.
Yes.
Seeing no other questions or comments on this portion of the meeting, I have a motion to adjourn the public portion of the meeting. The time being 5:48 p.m. All those in favor? Thank you. That portion of the meeting is adjourned. And I'll move into the regular meeting agenda. It's been moved and seconded that the July 2nd, 2026 regular meeting of the Lakehead Rural Planning Board be opened. The time being 5:49 p.m. All those in favor? Thank you. That is approved. We are now in our meeting. And I have a mover and seconder for the resolution to approve the agenda. So it's been moved and seconded that the July 2nd, 2026 regular meeting agenda of the Lakehead Rural Planning Board be approved. All those in favor? Thank you. It is approved. We have any disclosures of pecuniary interest from board members today? Seeing none, thank you. We will move on. We have no deputation scheduled. We do have a bunch of bylaws. So on the first one, 1B/09/26 for McDonald. Is there anything else to add, Carrie?
No, he's just looking to sell the one property and unfortunately realized that they had merged. So just a correction.
Okay, well, it's been moved and seconded that the application 1B/09/26 from Finlay McDonald for the property described as Concession 1 north of Park Lot 11 PCL 1915 DFWF O'Connor Township, Geographic District of Thunder Bay, known locally as 371 Earl Road, is set forth in the application be approved with conditions. Is there anything to add or any questions from any of the board members? Seeing none, all those in favor? That application is approved. And we'll move on to the next one. It's been moved and seconded that the application 1B/10/26 from Jeanette Johnson for the property described as Concession 1 part of Southeast Border Lot 18 PCL 4481 TBF Gorham Township, Geographic District of Thunder Bay, known locally as 8022 Maple Ward Road, as set forth in the application be approved with conditions. Anything to add, Carrie?
No, nothing.
Okay, any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor? That application is approved. The next one has been moved and seconded that the application 1B/11/26 from Brandon Ranta, acting on behalf of Ranta Holdings Inc. for the property described as Gorham Concession 1, part of Lot 15, RP 55R 3296, Parts 1 and 2, Part 3, Gorham Township, Geographic District of Thunder Bay, known locally as 1119 Dog Lake Road, as set forth in the application, be approved with conditions. Are there any questions or comments from the board members? Any other things to add, Carrie?
I mean, I appreciate Zach indicating his concerns, but as Gordon said, the minimum lot size is being met. The setbacks would be followed by the applicant. And I mean, there are no further severances, if that helps. But as far as water concerns, as Gordon said, everyone's responsible sort of for their own water on 2 hectares of land. It's intended that there is water there that you can find to make a buildable lot. So
Oh, you're trying to say something, Mr. Pringer? You're muted.
I guess I was still on mute, sorry. In 2020, I think in October of 2025, I received a notice that there was a new a plan of some sort in the township of Gorham that they were going to limit the amount of severances to 40 between now and
90.
2020 or 2048 or something. It was
Yeah.
so like in the report, I read the report, and in I think it was section 3. I'm not gonna quote anything, but it did say that there was like almost 29 people that had attended the open house and survey back in 2023, and how they were expressing some of the same concerns, not related to the water, but more of the more of the character of
The
living
density.
living in rural country and that sort of thing, and I just I'm not sure, like, Gordon had mentioned about, trying to keep it consistent to what was happening out at Nebing, I believe. But does that apply? Like, I'm not sure if that sticks to the township of Gorham as well. Because I don't think there's any limitations for new lots in Nebing.
There is. I'll let Gordon respond to that. Go ahead, Gordon.
Yeah. Nebing has a restriction of creating 200 lots. And I believe the number that can be created in Gorham is 90, if that's correct, over the life of the official plan. The meeting that I attended to review the new official plan and the new zoning bylaw had about almost 200 people, if I remember. The place was absolutely packed. And in my recollection, the majority of the people that were there were complaining because we're cutting from 200 severances in the life of the official plan down to a much lower number. And it was probably that 40 that you're talking about. It finally got resolved and approved by the province. I believe the number is 90. But there was mostly objections that we were restricting them from creating more lots. Now, to give you some really bad news, the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing is looking into abandoning unorganized or areas without municipal government. And they're looking for a way of doing it. And though they haven't come up with a plan yet, but one idea is Gorham may become part of the city of Thunder Bay. So it's probably best if you're going to do something, you do it now before the city takes over. That hasn't been approved. It's just one of the options. But the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing was very surprised that there were areas without municipal government in the province of Ontario, and that they're looking forward to abandoning that. And it won't help people who live in Gorham and Ware and any of the other areas without municipal government. And I don't know how successful it would be moving forward because there are a lot of them in Northern Ontario. And so there may be too many to worry about, so you may not have to worry about. But you do have an official plan and you do have a zoning bylaw approved by the province that you do have to follow. As with Nebing, we have an official plan and a zoning bylaw that we have to follow, as does all the other municipalities in the area.
Yeah, because you know, I'm obviously not trying to cause any issues. I just obviously wanted to you know, to share my piece. Like, you know, I realize, you know, what you had brought up is I don't own the property, and ultimately it's not up to my decision. But you know, I obviously wanted to address some of the concerns that I had.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much for attending. And I mean, that is the process. We are here to listen to concerns. And I would like to not to steal any of Gordon's thunder there, but certainly no policies have been brought forward to abandon or to change markedly the areas without municipal representation, Gordon. So let's not start. But that also, at those public meetings, like Gordon mentioned, we had the meeting in the beginning of October last year at the Gorham Ware School, and there were over 200 people there, and that was a huge concern for most of the residents that were there, were that we were trying to start some kind of a municipal organization that was going to control things and was going to raise taxes and all this stuff, which certainly isn't this board's intention. It's not our mandate. We want nothing to do with that. But the province, unfortunately, but whether you're unorganized or without municipal organization, or whether like myself and Gordon and Elizabeth are members of municipal councils, yeah, we really operate at whatever the province tells us to do, and this is the way the structure is in Ontario. So, but like I said, thank you very much for your input. And I'm sure Mr. Ranta, being in attendance, has also heard your concerns, and I'm sure whatever ends up getting developed on that property, they probably would rather not see you too. So that's usually the way it goes in the rural areas, right? So it's good. It's good when everybody can get along. So it has been moved and seconded. We've had discussion on it. Anything else to add from any of the board members? Seeing nothing. Thank you. We will vote. All those in favor of this application moving forward, and this application is approved. So we'll move on to the next one. And the next one is 0626. So it's been moved and seconded that the application 1B/12/26 from Brandon Ranta for the property legally described as Gorham Concession 4, part of North 16 RP Part 427 Part 1, Gorham Township, Geographic District of Thunder Bay, known locally as 4088 Dog Lake Road, as set forth in the application, be approved with conditions. Anything else to add, Carrie?
Nothing, no.
Is there any questions or comments from the board members? Seeing none, all those in favor of this application being approved, and that is approved. And it's been moved and seconded, the application 1B/13/26 from Sonia Rizzo for the property legally described as Gorham Concession 4, south of Part Lot 5, PCL 8398, Section TBF, Gorham Township, Geographic District of Thunder Bay, known as 141 Onion Lake Dam Road, as set forth in the application, be approved with conditions. Anything to add, Carrie?
No, nothing.
Any questions or comments from the board members in attendance? Seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. That one is approved. And we have one application left. It has been moved and seconded that the application 1B/1426 from Jane Pogue Montreuil for the property legally described as concession 6 north of part lot 4 MR 232 PCL 1163 O'Connor Township, Geographic District of Thunder Bay, known as 361 Highway 590, as set forth in the application, be approved with conditions. Is there anything to add, Carrie?
No, nothing.
And is there any question or comment on this motion from the board? Seeing none, thank you. I will call the question. All those in favor? And that application is approved. Okay. We'll move into the rest of the business of this meeting. We have a resolution. It's been moved and seconded that the Lakehead Rural Planning Board approve the minutes of the June 4th, 2026 public meeting as presented. Is there anything missing or any concerns with the minutes from the board members in attendance? Seeing none, all those in favor of these minutes being approved? Thank you. They are approved. Move on to the next item, which is somewhere in my stack of papers here. Bear with me for a moment. It's been moved and seconded that Lakehead Rural Planning Board approves the regular meeting minutes of the June 4th, 2026 regular meeting as presented. Any questions or concerns on the minutes as they've been sent out to everyone here? Seeing nothing, all those in favor of these minutes being approved? Thank you. Those minutes are approved. And what else have we got on this agenda? We have any matters arising from the minutes, Carrie?
No.
Do we have any reports?
Just the financial statement that was in your package.
Okay.
Nothing really exciting to report there other than, I mean, we are doing fairly well with planning revenue so far this year.
Okay. Any questions or comments on the financial statement from the board members? Seeing nothing, we have some correspondence. I will let you go through it, Carrie, please.
Okay, so we have 2 notices of decision from Nebane. The comment period for that one didn't come in a time where we could look at it during the meeting, but we don't have any comments. There is the notice of public meeting for the subdivision between 15th Side Road and Mountain Road in the city. I have no comments. And then there's also the notice of open house for Shunya for their new comprehensive zoning bylaw. So it's definitely, we'll take a look at those documents and see how if anything stands out, but I suspect their process, they're just getting started. They have hopefully not 3 years, so.
Okay. Yes, because we do part of our area of municipal representation does border or non-municipal, the area of representation, pardon me.
Yes,
Borders,
Gorham.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, any questions or comments on those items from the members of the board? Seeing none. Do we have any new business?
Not for me.
Okay, Gordon, any new business?
None.
Axel?
Nope, nothing.
And Elizabeth?
No, sir.
Alrighty. That brings us to the end of our meeting, which is good because I'm about to melt in here. It's very hot. It's been moved and seconded that the July 2nd, 2026 regular meeting of the Lakehead Rural Planning Board be adjourned, the time being 6:04 p.m. All those in favor of adjourning this meeting? Thank you. This meeting is adjourned, and thank you everyone for taking the time out of your day to attend this meeting. And I hope everyone enjoys hot weather because we're going to have this for a few more days.
Oh boy.
Thank you for that.
Yes. Okay. Thanks a lot, everybody.
All right.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
evening, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.